Good morning. I'm Dr. Karen Hiltz, and I'm coming to you from the Apple Report. First of all, let me state very clearly that I am not a medical doctor. I am a doctor of education. And so when I typically speak and write, I speak about education issues, education topics. But in this time of coronavirus, I felt it important to share some of the things that are going on and that I'm hearing and receiving with regards to education. Many of you, if not all of you, have children who are at home right now. The public school system has shut down. Homeschoolers are still homeschooling. Private schools have been closed as well, to my knowledge. At least the ones I'm familiar with have been closed for the rest of the school year. That means your children are home with you until August or September of this year. That's a long time. And many parents are concerned about what their children will go back to, what their grades will be, when they start testing again, what will happen with regards to testing. Well, fear not, because there are many, many, many resources out there. This week I wrote and posted an article on my Facebook page about dealing with these trying times. Some good news is there are many organizations out there, both profit and nonprofit, who are providing educational resources. I'm sure some of you have probably heard of code.org. You can look them up on the web. What about Excel in Ed? They're another nonprofit organization that, I should say they are a nonprofit organization that shares information, and they have recently been coming out with several emails that share the various array of different types of curriculum and resources and tools to use to help you educate your child at home. But one thing I would like to say is everything you do with your child is a learning experience, whether it's through play, whether it's through actually doing a worksheet, whether it's doing something online. What about playing games? These are some things that we typically don't think about as necessarily a learning opportunity, because I think too many of us have come to expect the public education system or the private school to educate our children, and there is a curriculum, and there's reading, writing, and math, and I'm not saying that these aren't important, but there are many things you can do around the house that can help educate your child as well. For example, cooking. I think cooking is one of the most wonderful things parents can do with their children, because not only does it help with their math skills, but it also gives them an insight with regards to biology and chemistry to some degree, because you're mixing things together and coming up with a product or a goal at the end of the baking or the cooking process. So these are really exciting things. We're told right now to shelter in place or to keep our social distancing from each other, but that doesn't mean that you can't go outside. For those of you who have backyards or a park nearby, go outside and throw the basketball with your child. Play one-on-one or two-on-two. Play in the house board games. Some really interesting board games that help children with regards to thinking and strategy are checkers and chess and Clue and Monopoly. I know some of them may be above the age level of your child, but it doesn't hurt to introduce them to some of these things. There again, we don't need to stress during this time. Daily I get emails from profits, nonprofits, and organizations that are sharing information on a daily basis, as I said. So there are many tools and many methods and many organizations out there to help you during this time. One of the things that my husband and I typically do is we watch the news in the morning. And there are so many wonderful community efforts going on that help communities stay connected, stay focused, understand their neighbors and stuff. We can all help our neighbors in some form or fashion. One of the things is to have your children create a couple of signs using poster board and crayons or paint or whatever, and put them on a stick and post them in your front yard, and have them say either Bible verses or give messages of hope, or just even a simple thank you to the medical staff who are out there helping protect us on a daily basis. But one thing I'd like to share is a personal story. My husband and I have a friend, and yes, he is fairly he's financially comfortable, let's say. And he typically stops at a gas station convenience store and grabs a sandwich and something to drink for lunch when he's at a certain location. Well, this past week, he stopped in, only bought a drink, because he is an elderly man and he's a little concerned as well. But he gave a $100 bill to each of the two ladies who were working in that convenience store. Now, not everyone can do this, I understand. But we, as Americans, are such a generous and compassionate society, country. We give out of the kindness of our heart in many, many, many cases. So what I want to leave you with is there is hope. This too shall pass. We are compassionate. We are creative and innovative. We are strong. And above all, we are Americans. And thank you for listening to this, and I hope you'll share. Thank you.